Yo, what's going on guys, it's Aaron here and welcome back to another Arknights Beginner's Guide video. Now before I start off this video, I just want to make sure everyone has completed their Masters travels and hopefully everyone got to where they want to. And yes, I didn't have time to finish these, but I can exchange for these materials just fine. I have plenty of their lower tier materials, so it's okay for me. But the important thing is you have the furniture maxed out, Sanctus potential maxed out, and the rest of the materials here. I really like to prioritize the middle one because those are going to be your crucial materials moving forward. Alright, once that is done, another thing is before I move on, I just want to say huge thank you to everyone that's shown their support lately. And recently the channel just hit 600 subscribers. Really thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'll keep making content and hopefully it will meet up to your expectations. But of course I welcome any criticism towards my content around how I make the videos, so don't hesitate to give advice or maybe suggest some ideas how I can improve my content from here on out to make sure it's up to par. Now today's video is gonna be about IS. It's finally time, so yeah. Now I won't be asking new players to go ahead and do IS5 because IS5 is frankly more difficult than you might think, because there's just so much things going on. And granted, there are easy starting choices that you can do, but it takes time for you to build up, and at the end it's gonna get way harder than you might expect. So what I like to tell new players is go ahead and do IS2, because this one is gonna be the beginner friendly side for IS. And of course I'm gonna be showcasing my team. Now I'm gonna be of course doing the formal investigation for you guys, or if not, you guys can go ahead and pick the difficulty. So let's just go ahead and do okay, let's just do from the start. Alright, so we'll do difficulty 1. Now when you come in here, there are plenty of squads that you can take. So when you just start out IS2, you're gonna have these three here. You're gonna have leader squad, gathering squad, and support squad. Now there won't be any other squads for you to take, whereas it immediately allows you to elite 2 up front, so that you don't have to get more copies, and I'll explain how that works. But I won't go into these other selections yet, because since if you're starting off IS or you're already in IS but still question how you're gonna make it to the end, or you fail close to the end, then I'm gonna lead you guys there. Alright, so I'm gonna pick support squad because I'm pretty sure this is what most people would choose, or some people might choose gathering squad as well because you get 2 more deployment limit and for your operators. So yeah, now what I would like to do is I usually pick out the kettle, but if you have this, lose 1 max up and hope but gain a random collectible, go ahead and pick that instead, because you only need 6 hope to recruit a 6-star operator. So in this case it's basically free estate. Now I'm gonna showcase you a team with only 1 6-star and the rest are 3 stars. Okay, so now to showcase what I mean, of course if there are other 5-star options I'll go for it, but this video for reference I'm gonna be mainly utilizing these operators right here. Now granted, don't look at XU's potential, you'll get there. Okay, you don't really need potential to be good here, but I'm just making a point here. And this is what I suggest new players should have in their roster. Not everyone in here to clear stages, but to build for backup for IS and stuff. Now the reason why I asked you guys to build 3 stars, most of them, is because they cost 0 hope to recruit and they perform very well in IS. And if you don't believe it, IS is actually a way for you to get resources fast, so that's why you see a lot of people already E2'd their 6 stars so early into the game in just a few days, because they unlocked IS, they keep grinding, and basically the first few IS grinds or runs you do grants you a bunch of free resources along with Elite 2 materials. Now to show you what I mean, let's go back here. Now there should be a reward system there, but I couldn't show you the monthly squad. Okay, so essentially what monthly squad is, they will give you a pre-made squad, and if you clear it you'll get a bunch of free chips, and those chips are Elite 2 materials. With that being said, it's pretty much free resource. You can just slowly go through each and every one of them. I'll show you after the finish of the run. And yes, this video is gonna be uncut to show you the full run, so that how it works. I'll explain how the choices you should go through and what to avoid, basically. Sorry if I'm stuttering a bit. My mouse is a bit dry, so yeah. Now I am gonna be using Exu Alter here because most people start from Exu. I believe some new players rewrote an Exu banner, so this will be a showcase of Exu Alter herself. Of course, gonna pick Cruz. Cruz is very crucial, very good 3-star. And then for Vanguard, I'll go Fang. And also, if you didn't know, if you don't have Exu or if you just want to borrow Wizardel, you can pick on the sniper side, on the top right, there will be a select support. Okay, you can actually select support for your IS run, so make sure if you want to have Wizardel to make your run easier, then by all means go ahead. Alright, so we're gonna go into the castle. Now, when you're at difficulty 1, there will be some contingencies, okay? So in this case, we're gonna have hallucinations. What hallucination is basically there's like a variety of debuffs, or sometimes it goes two ways. It can be a debuff and also a buff. So here it says sensitive, okay? On this floor, the amount of life points lost and gained are greatly increased. Now, if you, let's say, gain 2 life points from one of the events or encounters, if you get 1, you get 2 instead. If you get 2, you get 4. It works both ways, vice versa. So essentially, if there's one enemy leaked, you're gonna lose 2 life points, which is not that ideal. But in any case, usually the first stage is gonna be like a battle stage and nothing too difficult. So we're gonna go straight right in. And Exu is perfectly fine at E1. If you don't have her at E2, that's perfectly okay, because her main skill that we're gonna be using a lot is skill 2 after all. That's why her E1 value is significantly higher than most other operators. Lemoine as well, but I wouldn't recommend Lemoine in IS because it takes a long time to charge up. Despite being a boss killer, she actually, if you want to use her in generic mob clearing, S3 is the way to go. But if you're facing a stage with bosses that goes a long way or 2 phases, then S2 is the way to go. But in general cases, I would suggest S3 Lemoine, and since it takes a while to like ramp up, I wouldn't recommend Lemoine here. So if you have Exu Alter at E1, or heck even better already E2 by the time you're watching this video, then by all means go ahead and use her. So this is what we're going to be using here. Alright, let's get into the stage, and of course I won't be commentating through the stages. I'll just be normally playing, and I'm gonna be speed up the part where I'm just clearing the stage, and afterwards I'll get back to you guys. Alright, with that first stage done. Now I do want to mention, I kind of misplaced my Exu there. I forgot the Bombardier deals like, I believe it was 3x3 range or 2x2 where the mortar is, but either way it's fine, we did clear it. Now you will occasionally get these, okay? So these platings, they are pretty much buffs for your squad basically. So a random elite operator will temporarily join your squad during the next emergency operation, okay? And you will get these vouchers. The vouchers basically means you recruit any of the rarity depending on the class. And if you don't know, to recruit a 4-star you need 2 hope, 5-star 3 hope, and 6-star 6 hope. Now this is the reason why I ask you guys to build 3-star. Most of the time you have selections you can take. So in this case I'm going to take Spot, because Spot can AoE heal. Not AoE heal in the sense of like healing everyone in the range, but he can throw heals in that range basically. I'm sorry if I come off misleading, but okay. So first encounter, if you see this, just better stay away from, pick this option, okay? Just pick this option because this will lead you to second ending the big sat lock, and I do not recommend people go for big sat lock just yet because big sat lock is very hard to deal with. Even now, it's a very very difficult thing to deal with basically. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering so much, guys. I am famished right now. But either way, just ignore it. Don't go ahead and pick the first option. Get the second option, gain 1 hope, and leave. Do not pick the first one. So we're gonna go ahead and do the emergency ops. Now, normally I wouldn't recommend people go ahead and find emergency ops unless their run forces them to take this. Like if you pick like a path and it forces you to do emergency ops, then nothing you can do about it. But normal circumstances, avoid emergency ops because they are gonna be harder than the normal ones, of course. And if you don't have the confidence with your current squad, I suggest avoiding it. If you think you can, it will yield more rewards. So for instance, this stage, okay. Now let's just go in, pick our spot. Now notice how there is no elite operators here. That's because you need to go inside the stage first. We got sharp. Alright. Now when you see this stage, it's pretty much straightforward. Just have your Exo Altar or any of your sniper right here. If you want, you can have whatever guard you have, or your defender here, you can just put it here. There we go. Now you can just have your cruise here facing downwards and you're good to go. Okay, the stage is done. Let's move on. Now the next one should be just a normal one, I believe. I forgot. Right, sometimes when you clear emergency op stage, you will get collectibles. So in this case, we got a collectible that gave us 4 hope, so we're just gonna take that. Now, sniper vouchers, I mean. Okay. Now, if you have the normal Exu, okay, if you have the normal Exu, you can go ahead and pick her. But normally, there are some circumstances where operators are heavily favored if you have their IS modules, which in this case are Shadow and Rosmontis. Our Shadow is a very good operator for IS right now because essentially what her module does, or her IS module does, okay, is increase her range by 2 tiles. So essentially she shoots 6. When you activate her E2 skill, it will become 8 tiles. So she can pretty much shoot everyone from the entire map. And Rosmontis, her module, if you did exchange for Rosmontis in the anti-banner, okay, you can, after you upgrade her to Elite 2, I mean, it probably will take you guys a while since pretty much most of you are gonna Elite 2 Exo Altar instead. If you have this, her summons are gonna reduce the defense surrounding the summon basically, and it's incredibly helpful. So if you have either of these, I recommend building them, but don't rush, take your time. So for this video, we're not gonna pick them. Alright, I don't have that much operators built, however, so we are gonna find another cheap option. I'm gonna pick Blue Poison instead. Alright, the first floor usually gives you a Rook Trader. Now, Rook Trader is basically a shop, so you can go ahead and pick whatever you need. Go ahead and take a look. Promote a Sniper Operator. So essentially, if you have an E2 Blue Poisons like I did, then free promotion. And this one, Vanguard, start with 15 SP. This one is incredibly good. If you don't have Bagpipe, this is a godsend. If you find this, congrats, you pretty much have early DP secured, because essentially what you really want is when you get to a stage, you want to have as much time granted for gaining DP. You need to be as fast as possible. Okay. Now let's check out the caster's voucher. So we're definitely gonna need arts damage here. I won't be going for the 6-star options just yet. We're gonna go for Steward here. And then this one essentially adds up to squad limit, so we're just gonna get that as well. And support gas tanks are in general not that great, to be honest, so yeah, ignore this one. What you want to look for is the Snow Sans support fishnet, I think. I forgot how it's called, I'm sorry. But yes, if you see Snow Sans emergency saving thingamajiggy, then go ahead and get that. That's useful. Okay, now you have 2 choices here, okay? So if you go down here, there will be 2 battles, a safe house, and Boon. Boon is basically a free collectible for your run. And safe house essentially is, it will give you 3 options, whether you want to gain hope, gain currency, or free promotion on your operators. So early stages, normally I would say you should go for more fights. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and take this, but of course you are free to choose encounter and then go on your own path. But I suggest when early on, if the fights are still easy, go ahead and take as much as possible because you're gonna need them. Alright, so we're gonna continue this. I'm sorry this video is gonna be a bit long because usually one IS run is gonna take like 40-50 minutes depending on how fast you clear them. And if I have commentary, it's gonna take quite a while. And yeah, I hope you guys don't mind that. Alright, now this enemy right here is gonna be important. If you find the Desolate Knights node, you're gonna be greeted with this guy. This guy essentially gains increased attack, HP, and death, or gain attack and death only. I forgot if it gains HP or not. But if you kill all the mobs before he moves, then he's gonna be very tanky and deal a lot of damage. So essentially what you wanna do is you can have your 2 snipers here. Okay, so you can have your right here, and you can have your spot right here. So you can just chill here. Of course, if you want extra damage, you can have extra altar behind here just for safety purposes. The casters are quite annoying because they deal a plus attack tile, I believe. I don't know how to call that, but I'm just call it a plus attack tile. So casters are gonna start moving around 10 kill mark. Yep, there we go, 10 kill mark, they're starting moving. If you're worried about survivability, activate spot skill. You should do just fine. And by the way, if you don't activate extra skill, it will probably be fine because that's part of Geek's kit. HP will go down until it's like 1. It won't go down below anything other than that. Activate Exu and you should be just fine. Now there are some certain situations where if you kill the final enemy, there will be a special enemy came out, and in this case it will not. There will be something along the lines of the duck or the bear. The bear is tanky and can one-shot pretty much a lot of your operators if they're not tanky enough, but they yield collectibles. The duck just moves fast. If you have Ines to stop its movement, then yeah, by all means use him. Alright, now we're moving on to the second sniper, and I haven't finished building my cruise yet. As you can see, it's still E1 compared to my other account, so we're not gonna pick her. Instead, we're gonna go ahead and pick Bridget. I'm not picking the 6-star snipers until it's absolutely necessary because I haven't built most of my 4-stars. I just kind of utilized what I had. So alright, the grand finale. Now this one is gonna be kind of annoying because you're gonna have these gorillas that is buffing the enemies as well. And to be fair, the Wraiths are gonna be your main concern because they run very fast, and this Wraith leader is gonna be very tanky. So essentially you will want to focus on the left side, that being said, and I think this should be fine. This stage can be difficult and you might leak a few enemies if you're not careful enough, but don't worry. As long as you cover the left side enough, it should be okay. So this is how you start the stage off. You have 1 gorilla and 3 archers. And the main soldiers, the gorilla soldiers, will come down from here. These guys won't move until later on, so don't worry about them just yet. But what's important is you do need immediate DP. Now, if you noticed earlier, I did get the starting vanguards plus 15 SP. So if I go ahead and place her down, as you can see, her initial is not that much. But after I got that, I only have to wait like just 5 seconds to get my extra DP, and now it's done. Right, I'll have Exalter here. And if you want to do early damage to these guys, you can have your Chris here. They won't be able to reach you regardless. And then you can have your Bridget here. Okay, and then we're gonna have a healer here, and you're set. By the way, Bridget is easily substitutable. I'm sorry about my English, I keep stuttering. If you have a capper, you can exchange her from the red shirt shop. She's a very solid 4-star sniper. You can go ahead and exchange her for sure. Very useful. She's also a loop shooter like Bridget, so you can use her as well. And capper is definitely good as well. Don't underestimate her. Make sure to build her when you have the resource, but of course never rush things. You will do fine. Alright, getting the final few. Okay, that's the wave leader. You're gonna need DPS here, because if you're gonna kill it with just Cruise or someone else without burst damage, it's gonna leak. Normally I would say 1 leak is just fine, but you want to have as much life points as possible to ensure that no one leaks. Just try and make it far, and you can use those life points for emergencies. Like if you have to leak someone, then you'll be fine leaking a few. We got another sniper, so we can go ahead and E2 our Bridget. But then again, I did not mastery her, so it will just be purely skill level and just extra stats. Alright, so this is what a safe house does. You either can choose gain 3 hope, squad size limit, or 5 life points. Now, if you already recruited a bunch of snipers or characters throughout the fight, you can go ahead and pick squad size limit. Or if you really want to E2 someone else in your team or squad and you don't have enough hope, go ahead and select 3 hope, or you can select 5 life points for extra security. But in this case, we're gonna go ahead and pick 5 life points. I'm fine without having any hope, so most of my operators are already elite until I get my specialist voucher. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, now this is the second what do you call this, hallucinations. Now for in this case we got blind. So blind, basically, as you can see, it will turn everything into unknown, so what happens next won't be revealed until you move to the next tile. And yes, this can mean you might end up clicking on an emergency comm afterwards, or rather, if you want to avoid in any of these tiles, it will be very dangerous if you don't know what it is. And of course, third floor is gonna be like a first boss you're gonna have in the run. And yeah, alright, so let's check out the stage here. This one is kind of annoying if you don't have arts damage, but we should be alright, and since we have Exu, it should be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this. Now normally should you pick this? I would say depend on your squad. If you have arts damage, then you should be alright, but if you don't, it's gonna be a bit difficult. I've been getting sniper recruitments way too much. Okay, now there is a situation where the monsters randomly spawn despite how many runs you've done already. So for instance, this gargoyle could spawn like right here, but in this run it decides to like be here, which can be a bit annoying, because ideally you want to have everyone in this place or in the middle so that they can play along this side, but this is okay as well. Now as usual, have your vanguard down, and we're gonna have it here because we want Exu to be here. Right, Exu here. And then we can have Cruise right here. Activate Exu skill. Okay, there we go. Now everyone can only move through here. You can place your spot here, and Fang is just here to generate DP. If you don't have a flag bearer, then yep, just make sure she's safe. You can have your blue poison right here. Yep. Now keep in mind, these enemies, they have increased def just standing to each other, so don't worry about not dealing any damage to them right now, because essentially you want them to like separate before you can do anything. As you can see, once they left the squad here, everything is fine. Now once they're getting close, you can just activate skill. Okay. Now keep your exo skill up, because the enemy will move very soon. Yep, if you close it right then and there, then you have to wait for it to come back. It will be enough to kill off the gargoyle, and that's very important. There we go. You don't have to follow my operator choosing. If I pick 5-star, then if you have 6-star, then go ahead and pick them, because I'm merely choosing so I don't overly stack my entire team with 6 stars that people don't have and make it look easy. Okay, so now I finally have a specialist voucher, but again, I am not gonna be using skill 3 on my Exu or either the mastery yet. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and pick medic. Now honestly, I will go ahead and pick monster without a doubt, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick hibiscus here because I'm making a guide. I'm not gonna scram everything into overpowered operators. Okay, let's check out this one, emerging of familiar face. Now this one can be difficult because there will be sarcasm enemies starting off, and you're gonna be facing W as well. And this is how they move. Okay, so you have, they're gonna spawn in the middle, and W is gonna come up from here, and there's gonna be those flag bearers that alert those sarcasts, wake them up, and immediately come and kill you. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna go ahead and do it because why not? As long as you have a defender, a medic, and a vanguard to get DP, you should be a-okay. So I'll show you what I mean. So when you come in here, right, you'll have these 3 sarcasts in sleep state basically. So there will be a enemy sarcast flag bearer that come out. If you hit it once, it will alert everyone. So in this situation, you want to have your Fang right here, or any flag bearer that you have. Once you have DP, you wait a bit, make sure you have a defender right here before you deploy anyone else, because you need someone to block. So now when you're right here, block, and as you can see how much damage it's doing. So if you don't have enough DP, you might need to leak one. So in this case, we are fine to leak one because we have plenty of HP. That's okay. Now have your cruise here. As you can see, W is here. So if you want, you can go ahead and try and kill her first. You can go ahead and leak this one as well, assuming you have enough HP for this. Now, I'm gonna try and bait this W to stay here for a bit longer so my Exu can burn it out. There we go. That's fine. Now this is what I mean by having extra life points will benefit a lot, because you are gonna be leaking some if you're not careful enough. So it's always a good thing, and when there's no enemies close by, it's fine to just hit the guy. There's no one to alert. I'm gonna retreat Exu and hoping to get her down before the next wave comes out. You can put a Fang here. There we go. I'm sorry the run is scuffed, guys, but I'm trying to make a point. Things can happen that might mess up your run, so make sure to have extra security in whatever things like that. This will be much easier if you guys have Wizardel as a support instead of like using whatever I have. So, yep. Alright, we got Spinach Pack, which gives us 60% extra attack when it first came out. Now, we do get Vanguard here, so we're gonna go ahead and take that. Now, plus 15 SP is very crucial. It's definitely gonna be beneficial. I'm not gonna go ahead and take Ines because I know most new players don't have Ines just yet, and some of them have Sail Leech, Elysium, and of course Myrtle. So we're gonna go ahead and pick Myrtle. Now, if you have Beanstalk, I already mentioned Beanstalk is also useful in IS, so go ahead and pick her if you already have her built. And this is one of the encounters, okay? So this one, it depends on what you want to do, okay? So every single encounter doesn't yield the same things as you might think. Now, only some of them have like fixed things you can get. So most of it will probably explain in IS5. If you did go ahead and play IS5 already, there are some encounters that are the same things that we'll get. But different choices can lead to different directions of encounters. So let's say we go ahead and pick lose 2 max hope and hope. Let's see what we get. So we got 4 life points, and it will still continue to go on. So this is one of the events that is continuous, and it will go until the limit. So if there is either you ran out of currency or you feel like you got enough, then yeah, you can leave. That's downtime recreation. Okay, I really want to talk about this Starcast girl. This essentially is a trap, however, but if you have Exalter or Wizardel, this is a joke. So go ahead, try and help her. But it's basically like map here, okay? So there you will have 8 enemies here, and they will try and kill you. Like all of them are like red type enemies, which are the elite versions of their normal self, and it's very difficult. Is what I like to say if your roster is looking something along the lines of like this. So alright, now if you have Exalter or Wizardel, I'll just show you where to place them. It's simple, okay? Now you're gonna have these 4 Junkmen. These 4 Junkmen, they technically deal a long range damage, not AoE. I'm sorry, I don't know why I like using the word, but they will do long range damage. And if you place one of your operators down here, essentially it will only trigger this guy only. So this Junkman won't be able to hit your sniper here. So what you want to do is wait for a bit until DP is enough. Okay, so what you can do is you can place sniper founds. It's gonna do 1 instead of damage. Alright, and as you can see how much damage it did to Myrtle just now. There you go, you can take your time. Now place your other snipers and you should be alright. If you place anyone in the middle, it's dead. Those 4 Junkmen are gonna one-shot whatever there is. Unless if you have a defender, then it might be a different outcome, but yes. Alright, we got range co-op enforcement. So sniper recruitment vouchers obtained from shops or as a drop will be upgraded into elite HR dispatch letters. Now what this is you'll be able to recruit the other type of operators instead of just snipers. So now we have casters again. We made it far into the 3rd floor, and if you're missing AoE, you can go ahead and pick Lava. But let's see if I can make an exception and pick someone else. Okay, now if you see an IS and I have a guard Amia, now you might be asking, why is guard Amia here when it's caster? That's because the base Amia is caster, and if you likewise if you go to guard Amia and if you have a healer Amia on, then you'll see it there, because Amia is the only exception that bypasses the class restrictions. So do it what you need. But yes, if you need extra guard here, of course I'm gonna go ahead and pick Amia, why not? And we have Sculptor, this one again, combat ops. Okay, we got this again, but it's okay, this one is already easy as you mentioned. Now this is where things get interesting. Last time you see the gargoyles here. Now let's see where the enemy will lead us this time. And since we have an arts guard here, we can go ahead and pick Amia here. Would I prefer arts guard over a caster? Not really, unless you're confident that your other operators can take care of that position. Okay, so this time it's here again. Right, nothing to worry. So Let's go. Instant DP, a pseudo bagpipe. Now I have a cruise here. We're just gonna do the same thing, so I'm gonna speed up this part. Alright, now that we're done with the stage, let's move on. Okay, we have guard and defender. Now, I'm gonna assume most of you guys have Dawns, so we're gonna go ahead and pick Dawns here. E1 is fine, by the way, it's okay. And also, there's one more thing I want to mention. On floor 3, there are different types of bosses you can get, and this one is on the worst end because you get 2 of the frost bosses that will actually permanently freeze your operators if you're not careful enough, but you should be alright. So if you have thorns, you can go ahead and bring. I'm gonna use skill 1 here. I'm pretty sure at this point of time, even though I say this is a part 9 guide, I'm pretty sure everyone else that played Arknights or started a while back and watched my day 1 guide, you guys have already played the game to a certain extent and probably already gotten more knowledgeable on the game, so I probably won't have to say too much on how you can operate Thorns, or if you have already got E2 Thorns, then yeah, that's good. It's good to see that new players are making progress, and I'm happy that my guides are helping some people out. If you guys still find it like kind of, you know, annoying in some way, or like something is misleading, sorry, I mispronounced that, let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm yapping too much, but yes. Alright, now you need to deal with these 2 as soon as possible. They are gonna reach your range if you put someone else here, but keep in mind, this is the archer, this one is a swordsman, so you don't have to worry too much. The bottom lane, you can just have your cruise here. You can have someone taking like be a bait for Exu to get ASPD, so just get. As you can see, it's a bit tanky, but now that it's over, it should be okay. You can have your thorns here. You can have your healer right here facing upwards. And you're basically set. Now these spiders are annoying, however, so I might need to remove Bridget and put your spot here to heal your Exu altar. Alright, I'm gonna speed this part up because the rest is gonna be easy, it's gonna be a bit boring, so I'm gonna speed this up. Alright, and that's your floor 3 boss done. Now floor 3 in general is not going to be harder than floor 5, that's a given. But there are easier floor 3 bosses that you could get, so yeah. Alright, we got a recruit a medic or sniper operator. Okay, now for your snipers, if you already gotten most of it, I already have like 3 snipers, I believe. So I have medics now, and let's see. You can go ahead and do like Ansel or someone else if you feel like you don't have enough medics, but I'm gonna go ahead and let's see who should I pick. I already have enough snipers, so you know what? I'm just get Telopsis here. If you have Telopsis, make sure to get her as well. Good AoE healer. All allied units have res plus 15, gain one-time dodge after deployment. This one will be good if you're dealing with nuke bosses or enemies that deal high DPS or one-time burst damage, basically. Now, infected creatures basically means those spiders that you saw just now. And to be honest, the further stage you go, there won't be much, but this is still good to have. There will be some floors on... Sorry, there will be some nodes on this floor, Nightmare's Prelude, floor 4. There will be some enemies that are gonna be a bit annoying, but regardless, let's take a look. Now, Bob Spear is one of the stages I would recommend avoiding, actually, because there will be a bunch of these nuke air type units, basically. You're gonna have these guys. Now, these guys deal a shit ton of damage, and I wouldn't want you guys to ruin your run because of this drone. And Alpine Visitor, sorry, hold on. Alpine Visitor in general is kind of easier, you can say. Now, there is, however, there are gonna be these wolves and also these guys. This guy explode when they're dead, so it can deal something to your operators because everyone is like very close here. And these are friendly units, by the way. If you see on the stage where normally when those enemy ice crystals or those sarcas crystals looking things, if they are in green, that means they are on our side. Now, would I recommend you guys to do this or the Bob Spears? Now, with my current team, since I have a bunch of snipers, I can go ahead and do this. That's the only contingent. You do need a bunch of snipers for this, and preferably they are long range as well. Right. Now, if you think you are fine with a single target healer, which means they don't stay in the middle and you can aim further, then you can still keep Hibiscus just fine. But in this stage, it's not gonna be necessary, so we're gonna remove Spot and... Sorry, we're not gonna remove Spot, my bad. I think this will be fine because I need Amiya to kind of deal with the enemies there. But I'll show you guys what's in this stage so you can avoid or plan properly before coming into this one. I won't be able to showcase every single stage, of course, so... Alright, now when you're coming, you're gonna be greeted with a bunch of these fighter enemies. Now, they can nuke a ton of damage if you're just standing there and not dishing enough damage back. So, what I suggest you to do is have one of your snipers here. Okay. And then, what you can do is you can have one of your snipers over here. Have your Exu here. You need to make sure to kill these bomb drones before they arrive at Blue Poison's place. Now, you're definitely gonna need a healer for Exu here, so we're gonna do that. These two should do just fine. If you have a bunch of snipers, then you are good to go. But the ground enemies are gonna be still a bit painful, so make sure to not forget about them. Okay, just gonna have Spot here. As you can see, this Sarcas is standing at places that we can't reach, so... Normally I wouldn't do this, but if you just want some chip damage, you can just put Thorns there. I wouldn't recommend it though. Because as you can see, these boxing guys can really dish out a lot of damage. But don't worry about them. Place one of your gods and face up because he's gonna come through from here. Activate your Spot. Alright. We should be down to the last few enemies. Alright, now he's gonna move, and when he comes down, just activate your Mia skill. It might look easy, but trust me, once you have enough snipers, this stage is actually gonna be easy. And I know it sounds kind of hypocritical when I say this stage you guys should avoid it, but again, the only contingent is you just need a bunch of snipers for this stage and you're good to go. Alright, we got another medic voucher, so we're gonna use it to E2 our Telopsis, but I'm not sure if you guys already have E2 Telopsis or not. But I don't think, does it matter if I E2 my Telopsis here? I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't mind if I E2 my Telopsis here, right? But regardless, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I didn't master her skill, so it will just mainly be stat increase. Also, I did have a module. And this one, if you find this encounter, you generally just pick Flower of Quintil, or if you want Hope, you're lacking Hope, then go ahead and pick that as well. It doesn't matter. Okay, this one is just generic encounter, nothing much. Now, if you're already at floor 4 and you have a bunch of ingots, you can go to Rook Trader. And you'll find something along the lines of these things. Alright, so Defender Operators restores 2 SP after being attacked. This one is very useful if you have SP heavy defenders like Duelist, and they will charge way faster. So you need someone by support operators have plus 3% attack. This one, if you have Ling, that'll be good. Vanguard operators have minus 2 DP cost and plus 60% HP. Take that. Anything that relates to Vanguard, minusing their DP cost, increasing their initial SP, take them. Don't even think about it, just buy them. They are very good for Vanguards. Now, since we have excess resource here, we're gonna go ahead and pick, let's see who we can pick. I want to pick Bagpipe, but it would just not be that great for this one, so we're gonna have pick Texas. I'm gonna try my best to pull out a team that is some kind of relatable to how new players have, so I wouldn't be too different. And let's see who else. I already have 2 medics, but never hurt to have a 3rd one. So also, by the way, if you collect multiple operators on your run, you can unlock the next one, get class, specified class boost. Basically, you can immediately E2 them when you pick them. So for instance, if I pick the specialist caster class, then my XC auto will immediately be E2. I don't have to worry about getting or finding the voucher in the future. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and let's say Warframe. Alright, that'll be enough. Fireworks show. Oh boy. Okay, this one is full of long-range rockets, and keep in mind these guys can deal a lot of damage. Just saying, you do need someone to like bait out their nukes first before putting out enemy, on the field. I'll show you what I mean. Okay. I don't have any fast deploys for myself, so we're gonna change that. Now I'm gonna have Telopsis here, or actually I'm gonna replace it with Warframe. And Cruz, I already have a good sniper, so if you need another Vanguard, you can have this. So 2 Vanguards, a Defender, your Thorns, Amiya. So if I don't need Amiya, then I can just replace it with, I'll just put Cruz because, actually no. Yeah, it should be okay. So we have 2 snipers, and let's see, 2 snipers, 2 guards, 1 medic, 2 vanguards, 1 specialist, and a defender. Okay, this should be good. As for who to bait, well, I'm sorry, Myrtle. Myrtle usually is the target for like baiting the rockets and stuff, so I'm really sorry for Myrtle, but I'm live doing this, so if you hear me drinking, I'm rehydrating myself. I'm sorry. Now, the best way to place your operators is place your Myrtle here. Right, you're gonna bait out these 2, and then place it here. Use skill. Remove. Now they can't do anything. Now for now you can just put your sniper here. You still need to deal with the enemy here though, so put Axel there. Now have your spot here. Now thanks to the collectible that we got earlier that deals extra damage and silence to infected creatures, these spiders won't explode on us. So we're just gonna wait, and I'm not gonna do that because they have enough range to reach here, so we're gonna wait for a bit. Alright, we're gonna do this. Myrtle survived this time, so there we go. We're gonna have thorns up here, have your warframe here. Alright, we're gonna wait. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there is racking in this stage, however, so be extra careful. If you feel like there's not enough heal, then you can activate your healer skill here. Racking stays there for a while, so you can have someone to take damage in the meantime. There you go. Okay, now these nukes are here, so use Myrtle to bait it out. Have your spot here. Blue poison is solely for bait. There's no need for taunts up here anymore. And then once Exo skill is recharged, remove. I forgot the shield kinda needs arch damage to break, so there you go. I forgot the shield needs arch damage to break, I'm sorry guys. But yes, this one is kind of difficult because there is racking, but if you have enough heal, it should be fine. Supporter voucher, usually what I would do is I'll pick Shamir, of course, that goes without saying. But if you have deep color build, you can pick her as well, she's good for IS. I'll go ahead and pick Shamir because her second skill reduces the attack and depth of enemies, which will help a lot. So on floor 4, you also get a free boon, which means free collectibles. And we got friendly units recover 1% max per second, which is nice. We'll take that. Okay, this is the final floor, and usually Phantom will be the boss. And let's see, you can preview the routes. If you want to have an easy route, I think the top lane is the faster one because you only need to fight 2 times, a safe house, a bunch of encounters, downtime, and you can reach it. So we'll go ahead and do that. Drone landing zone, basically, again, a lot of airborne units, so have as much snipers on your roster as possible. Alright, we should be good. Let me know what you guys think so far on the guide or how I'm progressing. Like, I know this isn't some kind of like a guide, but I'm just mainly showcasing like how to progress and how not to like make wrong choices. But ultimately it depends on how you want to play the run as well. So I'm just giving you guys insights and what did I get on the run, explain how the stage works, yada yada, basically. Let me know in the comments below how you guys think about it, and alright, is it helping you guys? I'm curious as well. Okay, so there we go. Remove Myrtle.
大丈夫。私のナイフは深い霧だって切り裂けるから。このまま行こう。敵が来ます。総員戦闘準備。フォーカーベルスディオボーレット。
That drone rider is more tanky and deal a lot of damage, so if you have Exu skill ready, then use it. Kill it fast. And the rest of the drones come after won't be an issue. It's mainly just that drone right there. It will go around. The good old times where it actually managed to go past this spot and then just roam around the entire map while killing everyone. Times have changed. The old veterans will know what how things went back then when IS first came out for us. So yeah. And while this stage is going on, I just want to say again, if my commentary is like kind of awkward or stuttering, I'm really sorry, because when I'm doing runs, I usually stay silent and have my focus up. So if I'm trying to keep up my commentary and explaining what's going on or like playing on the stage, you might find it a bit awkward and, you know, not entertaining at all. So let me know what you guys think if you made it this far into the video. But yeah, I really want to hear your guys' opinions on how I can improve better on my content and suggest future videos that I can do for you guys that might be helpful. But yeah. Alright, now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and do this. Essentially, Blue Poison is like a 5-star version of Cruz, and once you master her first skill to M3, it only takes 2 SP to like do a blast. It's very impressive. Alright, so we got tonight's performance. Let's see what we get. We got 3 Origin ingots when entering the next encounter. That means we made the right choice. So since the entire top floor is just encounters afterwards. Alright, we have medics, we have casters. We already have caster, and if you want to like upgrade your medics, you can for an M3. Essentially, this one will grant a better stat. When you're in this run, you're gonna need a lot more 6-star. Sorry, I didn't want to say like that. I don't understand. But you're gonna need stronger operators, or rather, a stronger support that you can have for your roster before you fight the boss. But since I'm doing this for a tutorial, again, I'm just gonna go ahead and upgrade my Warframe. I'm not gonna use Calsted or Monster. And Surprise Factory, this one is actually not that bad if we get it for emergency, because it's just gonna be a bunch of drones and some enemies here. So I'm gonna showcase on how to do this one. You're still gonna need a Defender though, but we're not gonna be needing Texas here. We're gonna adjust our roster a bit so we can maximize the value. We can switch out Amiya for another healer. And we are set. Alright. Now, first of all, of course, Vanguard down. Now, these enemies are in fact invisible, so you're gonna need someone to tank that. If you can have your Bridget here. It will immediately target those, but not recommended. You should put it a bit further back, like around here. And then you can have your Warframe right here. Okay, we're gonna wait a bit until we can get Thorns in here, so there you go. And then have Cruz facing upwards. Exu right here. After you get a first batch of TP, remove Myrtle, exchange it for a Blue Poison, and place it right here.
集中集中。獲物を逃がしちゃわないようにね。
I think Chris should be okay. We're gonna need healers for Bridget here. And yes, these drone thingies, they deal nervous impairment, so be careful. If stacks is enough, it will stun you. Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay, these enemies are gonna be a bit painful, so activate skill, remove. Have Shamir here to apply fragile. And should be pretty much okay. If you guys have Shamir, you can build her as well. Only if you have extra resources. You should invest more on building your base 3 stars operators first. Her utility is very useful, and she's like a hidden 6 star, to be honest, in my opinion. Okay, we get the performance, and keep in mind it does replace your current one, so 3 Originium ingots is not that great, so we're gonna exchange, it's fine. So gain 1 life when entering next encounter, yep, so that's even better. Now we can either select a defender or supporter. Now usually what I would suggest for supporter is, let's say you guys don't have Ling. Okay, I'm gonna go through this again. If you guys have, where is it? Okay, if you guys have Podenko, you can use her as well. She's a very good support. Deep color as well. And let's see, let's categorize by support. It's easier for me to find. Okay, Scene is also being used a lot in IS, but not common. The one that are being used are actually just the 4 stars. So Podenko and Deep Color, these two are being mostly used aside from the majority of 6 stars. So Angela is also very good for IS, that is if you have her. And her IS module basically allows her to like lift enemies, and when enemies are lifted, she deals extra damage to them, which is very good in my opinion because it's crowd control as well. And Scaldi Alter, if you guys already pulled her during the last limited banner, if you guys did 200 pulls on the banner, then yeah, she's good for this as well. It does give bonus attack and can heal unhealable operators like Mudrock. Now in this case, of course, we could go ahead and have Shamir Etude. That will make her skill 2 minus 50% of enemies attack and defense, which is huge. Alright, now this is what I mean. So you either get hope, squad size limit, or life points. In this case, we got vouchers. Usually you would go for vouchers because you need free promotion most of the time, to be honest. So we're gonna go ahead and elite our Thorns, and then we're gonna go ahead for this encounter. Whichever is fine, there's no certain order, so just quickly go through it. Free hope, it's whatever. Another free life points and downtime recreation. It depends on what you get. Okay, so let's play this. It's already at the end of the run, so it doesn't matter on how much you will spend because you're gonna fight the boss anyway. It's best to spend everything. And I'm getting bad luck here, guys, I'm sorry. My last one. Oh, there we go. Sniper operators have minus 40% HP but gain plus 40% attack. Now this is huge. Okay, let's go. It had to milk every single collectible, my ingots for this. Okay, I don't get why this is here, but I believe this is for later difficulties. Don't worry about this guy, it won't appear. Now, let's revise the team. So if you have Dawn's E2, make sure to use the third skill, and let's check our team again. Make sure your team have enough healers. So in this case, I have 2 healers here, 3 snipers, 1 guard. 1 guard is actually enough to hold middle lane. You have 1 healing defender, support, your other 6-star of choice, your Vanguard. Vanguard's gonna be the most important here. Alright, let's double check and everything. Yep, we're good. Let's go. Now I'm gonna tell you guys the easiest way to beat Phantom Boss. So this is the only thing that I can say that everyone can do. When you first come into the stage, there will be a bunch of these doll-like enemies here. So what you can do is you can have Exu here deal with them first. So since your Myrtle is instant deploy thanks to the collectible earlier, you can do this. You can do this. And then you can have your... oh, don't forget about here. These guys won't do damage just yet, but should put this. There we go. Just have Exu deal damage to these guys first. Okay, Exu's gonna get stunned. Now retreat. Put Thorns behind Spot. And have your Bridget here. Or other snipers here. Oh, you do need casters for this one. I'm sorry. I can't restart the stage anymore, but it's okay. If you have Shamir, you can minus their defense by 50%, so either way, it'll still be good. So have Blue Poison facing upwards. Oh, this one is a bit scuffed, I'm sorry. I forgot about these guys. Okay, place this here. So this guy also don't do damage. Hey, remove. Place Exu there. Okay, we're gonna wait a bit when these guys are coming here again. Activate Thorns. Okay. Now when these guys starts to come in, activate your Exu here while having this up here. Dawn's is gonna be a bit sorry, not Dawn's. Phantom's gonna be a bit annoying here. Okay, we need to retreat. Okay, retreat. Heal. Now, Phantom is gonna break this, and there will be other enemies available to come down here. You can retreat Spot here. Okay, Blue Poison will die, that's expected. I don't have any blockers for the left side, but you have to... It's okay if we leak a bit, so... But I do need to heal Thorns, however. Okay. Don't panic if you guys leak, okay? Just make sure you have enough HP for later. Okay, I forgot this guy. So
もう家には帰れないよ。ちょっと
There
長
you
い
go.
だから。
Phantom is gonna come down here last in the middle. You can leak the one behind.
医療救急キット
Okay.
使え。
Now just block this guy off
もう家には帰れない。チャーシューアップルパイ。
with the damage. There we go, and dead.
任せる。盾を持ってるのも疲れるんだな。
Okay, this guy's the last one, so we're just gonna do that.
ここだよ。眠りなさい。
There we go, easy.
母なる大地。
Sorry if it does look a bit scuffed because those defender guys, they do require arts damage, but once Phantom actually breaks through the block, you can actually leak them if you have enough HP points. Just focus on defending the middle lane and you'll be fine. Alright, and I don't know how long that took, but I reckon it's gonna be around, it's already 1 hour, so I'm sorry if the video is actually kind of long, but yes, that's the entire IS. Now this is what I mean, your monthly squad. So if you go ahead and pick monthly squad and go ahead and click explore, you'll be starting off with these operators here, and as you can see, contract reward, you get a bunch of free resources here, so you can do these for free. You don't have to go around and recruit them. They are the ones that are provided by the game, so you don't have to worry about anything else. They naturally come with pot 6, I believe. So yeah, with that being said, that will be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the IS guide. Let me know if you guys have any questions regarding the guide. Of course, if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. And of course, I want you guys to comment down below if you guys have any ideas on how I can improve my content, or any other way do you guys prefer how I present my content. How can I make it more entertaining for you guys? And yeah, regardless, I welcome any criticism or any advice that I can get. I'm working hard trying to become my best possible self when becoming a content creator, so I can entertain everyone and maintain a very good persona to like help out everyone else also. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Aaron. Hope you guys enjoyed this IS guide. Again, if you want to get more info or more help, make sure to join my Discord, link in the description below. And of course, welcome to follow my Twitch. I also stream there, and I will be doing giveaways very soon once my Discord server hit a milestone, so make sure not to miss out. Make sure you're in the server, you're subscribed to me, follow me on my Twitch, and any further news will be revealed later on as well, so make sure to not miss out. I want to do a special giveaway to thank my newer supporters, and of course newer players that actually made a lot of progress throughout my guides and actually looked up my video and watched through it and gave me their opinions on it. So yeah, I'm thankful for every single comment. Despite it, you know, I welcome any like those hate comments and stuff. Honestly, I don't really mind, because to be honest, it's okay. It's like part of a criticism on like how, especially regarding the tier list that I made last time on my last video. Well, that's my friend's tier list. Me and him made it together, but I didn't finish the S above tier list, so that's based on his ranking. I'm sorry if it comes off as annoying to you guys or bad tier list. Well, most of you guys said I do agree, but my friend just think that way, so I'm sorry if it kind of triggered you guys, but regardless, I still hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I need to stop stalling. I'll stop yapping right now. Alright, see you guys in my next video. Peace out.